Hello ARMY! Welcome back to our channel. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so you won't miss the latest updates about BTS and Jimin. And don't forget to hit that notification bell too. Okay, ARMY, you must have seen the photo that RM shared a few days ago, right? The one that made us all hysterical and unable to sleep all night? Yes, that's right, the legendary photo showing all 7 BTS members gathered in their practice room. Our Twitter timeline literally exploded. Instagram was flooded with posts about it. Even TikTok and Facebook were buzzing with discussions about this photo. But wait, ARMY, there's one detail that caught the attention of many of us, especially those who have eagle eyes and always notice the details. Jimin looked a bit tired in that photo. Did you guys notice? Try pausing this video for a moment and look at the photo I'm showing on screen again. Pay close attention to Jimin's facial expression, his posture, even the aura emanating from him. There's something different, right? So in today's video, we're going to deep dive into why Jimin looks tired and how intense is the BTS comeback preparation they're going through right now. So stay tuned until the end of the video, ARMY, because I'll share insights that you might not know yet. Okay, let's start by analyzing that photo in detail. If you zoom in on Jimin's face, his eyes look a bit puffy. Not puffy from crying, ARMY, but puffy from lack of sleep or too much physical activity. His smile is still there, because Jimin always tries to smile for ARMY, but you can see that his smile isn't as bright as usual, right? There's no eye smile, Jimin's signature eye smile that usually makes us melt. This is a smile forced through exhaustion, and honestly, it breaks our hearts as ARMY. Then if you notice his posture, Jimin is slightly hunched. His shoulders aren't as straight as usual. This is classic body language of someone who has just gone through a very long and exhausting practice session. And do you see his hair? Jimin's blonde hair that's usually neatly styled, in this photo looks a bit messy and damp, probably from sweat. This shows that they might have been in the practice room for hours before this photo was taken. This isn't the first time we've seen BTS members looking tired, ARMY. We've been through many eras with them. From Wings era, Love Yourself era, Map of the Soul era, and more. We've seen behind-the-scenes videos showing how hard they practice. But there's something different this time. Maybe because this is their first comeback as a complete group after almost 2 years apart due to military service. The stakes are higher, expectations are bigger, and the pressure is certainly more intense. Now I want you to imagine this, ARMY. BTS is not an ordinary group. They're the group. They're a group known for God-level perfectionism, unmatched dedication, and quality standards that even the global music industry admires. When it comes to comebacks, BTS never plays around. They always give their best, even more than their best. So if Jimin looks that tired, can you imagine how intense the preparation they're currently going through must be? Let me give you some context, ARMY. Do you remember when BTS prepared for the Love Yourself era? The members have said in various interviews that they could spend 10 to 12 hours a day, even more, just to perfect one choreography. 10 to 12 hours, ARMY. That's longer than a normal office worker's hours. And that's just for one song. Not to mention vocal recording sessions that could last until dawn, costume fittings that could take a full day, concept meetings with the creative team, photo shoots for album covers and promotional materials, and so much more. And that's just for one song, ARMY. Now imagine if they're preparing a full album with possibly 10 to 15 songs, each with different choreography, different concepts, different styling, and different stories. The amount of work they have to do is literally mind-blowing. No wonder Jimin looks that tired. What makes this situation more interesting and challenging is the fact that this is BTS's first comeback after complete reunification. Jin finished military service in June 2023, followed by J-Hope in October 2023, then Suga in June 2024, and RM, V, Jimin, and Jungkook, who finished in mid-2025. They all went through a life-changing experience in the military army. Their bodies have adapted to the harsh military routine for 18 months. Waking up early at 4 or 5 in the morning, intense physical training, strict discipline, and a lifestyle that's completely different from their life as idols. Now they have to readapt to the idol routine, which, not gonna lie, is just as demanding, maybe even heavier in some aspects. And Jimin specifically, oh ARMY, we all know he's a true perfectionist. He's the member who's often the hardest on himself. You must have seen it often in behind-the-scenes videos, right? Jimin repeating the same move over and over until he feels it's perfect? Even when other members already say, Jimin, that's already perfect, he'll still keep practicing alone. Jimin once shared, and this breaks our hearts ARMY, that he often practices until morning. Literally doesn't sleep all night. Just because he feels one move, just one single move, isn't perfect yet. That's incredible dedication, but also very draining physically and mentally. And we as ARMY always say, Jimin please rest, but we also know that this is Jimin's way of showing his love to ARMY and his music. Now try to imagine ARMY. After almost 2 years of not performing as a complete group, Jimin must want to give the best of the best. He must want to ensure that this comeback is absolutely perfect. He must want to show ARMY around the world that our wait has been worth every single second. And with that mentality, with that determination, it's no wonder he's pushing himself to the maximum limit. The exhaustion visible in that photo is the result of weeks, maybe even months, of intensive training he's been going through. There's also another factor we need to consider ARMY. Not that they're old, please don't misunderstand. They're still young and gorgeous. But Jimin is now 29 years old, turning 30 soon. The body of a professional dancer at 29 is certainly different from a dancer's body at 21 or 22 when BTS first exploded with hits like Blood, Sweat, and Tears or DNA. Recovery time is longer. Muscles tire more easily. Risk of injury is higher. And this is something they have to manage very carefully. They're probably working with physical therapists, nutritionists, and fitness trainers to ensure their bodies can handle the intense training schedule without experiencing serious injuries. We also can't forget about the mental pressure they're facing ARMY. This isn't an ordinary comeback. This isn't a comeback you could say, oh, just another comeback. No, this is the comeback that's been awaited by tens of millions of ARMY worldwide. Expectations are sky high. Global media is watching their every move. The Korean and international music industry is waiting to see whether BTS can still dominate the charts like before or even bigger. All eyes are on them. Every single move they make will be analyzed, discussed, praised, or criticized. And pressure like that, even though they're used to the spotlight, can still be very heavy mentally. Especially for Jimin, who we know is someone who really cares about what ARMY and the public think. And ARMY, Jimin has also just completed various super demanding individual commitments. He just finished filming Are You Sure Season 2 with Jungkook, where they traveled to Switzerland and Vietnam. That alone is incredibly energy draining. Then he was just announced as global ambassador for Later, the Korean hair care brand that immediately sold out all their products literally just from a teaser. The Jimin effect is real ARMY. He's also still active as brand ambassador for Dior and Tiffany & Company, which means occasionally there are photo shoots, events, meetings, and various other commitments. All of this certainly requires time, energy, and focus that's not insignificant. And now he has to juggle all of that with super intensive group comeback preparation. It's a lot. It's really a lot. But this is what makes us love and respect Jimin and all BTS members even more ARMY. They never complain publicly. They never make excuses or reasons to underperform. They never give half-hearted performances. Even when tired, even under pressure, even when their bodies are screaming for rest, they still give 100%, even 120%, because they know very well, there are millions of ARMY out there waiting patiently, supporting them unconditionally, loving them through thick and thin, and they don't want to disappoint us. That's the kind of artists they are, ARMY. That's why we love them so much. What's also interesting and heartwarming, if you look at that photo again, ARMY, is how the other members respond to Jimin's condition. Jin is sitting next to Jimin, and if you notice, Jin's body position is slightly leaning toward Jimin, like giving physical and emotional support. Jungkook on the other side also appears to be watching Jimin with a concerned look, like he's checking if his Jimin Hyung is okay. This shows that the members care for each other. ARMY. They're not just bandmates, they're not just colleagues, they are brothers, they are family. When one member is exhausted, the others will be there to support, to encourage, to help carry the weight together. This is the bond that makes BTS special. This is what makes them unbreakable. Now let me break down for you what they're most likely preparing for this comeback. First, obviously choreography. BTS choreography is always next level. ARMY. Always complex, always energetic, always synchronized to perfection. They have to practice formations, transitions between formations, facial expressions, energy control, and various small details that make every BTS performance always iconic and memorable. Imagine having to memorize choreography for 10 or even more songs, each with a high level of difficulty, each with a different style. There are powerful songs, so the movements are strong and explosive. There are emotional songs, so the movements must be expressive and full of feelings. There are fun songs, so the movements are playful. All of that needs endless practice. Second, vocals and rap. Although the album has likely already been recorded, they still have to practice for live performances. ARMY. They have to ensure that they can sing and rap with perfection while dancing with super intense choreography. This requires incredible vocal stamina and perfect breath control. Jimin, especially with his unique vocals, with those high notes that give us goosebumps, with that emotional delivery that always makes us cry, he needs special practice and special technique. His distinctive voice is the result of years of training and continuous improvement. Third, concept and visual storytelling. BTS always has deep and meaningful concepts in each of their comebacks. ARMY. They don't just perform songs, they tell stories. They have to understand the narrative they want to convey, the characters they portray, the emotions they must convey. This isn't just about dancing and singing, but about creating art, about moving people's hearts. Fourth, general physical preparation. They have to ensure their bodies are in prime condition, at peak performance level. This means regular gym sessions for strength training, cardio exercises for stamina and endurance, stretching routines for flexibility and injury prevention, and probably also regular physical therapy sessions. Jimin, as main dancer, absolutely has to maintain his physical condition at the highest level possible. His body is his instrument. ARMY. Every muscle, every joint, every fiber must be in optimal condition to execute those difficult dance moves. Fifth, mental preparation. This is often overlooked, but actually super important. ARMY. They're probably working with mental coaches or therapists to ensure their mental health is also ready to face the enormous pressure of this comeback. They need to manage expectations, handle anxiety, deal with stress, and maintain a positive mindset through all of this. So ARMY, when we see Jimin looking tired in that photo, that's not just ordinary tiredness. It's not just tired from jogging for an hour or working out at the gym. That is exhaustion from pouring everything he has into this comeback preparation. That is the result of his unwavering dedication to give ARMY the best comeback ever. That is proof of his professionalism and incredible work ethic. But as ARMY who love them, we also have to remember to always support their health and well-being first. ARMY. Yes, we're excited for the comeback. Yes, we can't wait to see them perform, but not at the expense of their health. We need to continuously send them positive messages, pray for them, remind them that it's okay to rest, it's okay to take breaks, it's okay to not be perfect all the time, because healthy and happy BTS is what matters most to all of us. Healthy and happy BTS is what we want more than anything. We want to see them on stage for many, many more years to come, and that's only possible if they take care of themselves. The BTS comeback in spring 2026 will most likely become one of the biggest moments in K-pop history, even in global music history. ARMY. And all the hard work they're doing now, all the exhaustion that Jimin and the other members are experiencing, all the sacrifices they're making, will all be worth it when they finally stand on that stage, when the music starts playing, when they hear millions of ARMY voices screaming their names and singing along. That moment, that magical moment, is what they're waiting for. That's what keeps them going through all the tough training. And we, as loyal ARMY, can't wait to witness that historical moment together. So ARMY, that's it for today's video. I hope you got new insights about how intense BTS comeback preparation is and why Jimin looks tired in that photo. Don't forget to keep supporting BTS, send them positive energy, and most importantly, remind them to rest and take care of their health. Don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it, comment below about your thoughts on that BTS comeback photo, and subscribe to this channel for the latest updates about BTS and Jimin. Hit that notification bell so you'll be the first to know every time I upload a new video. See you in the next video, ARMY. Borahi. Purple you all. Stay safe, stay healthy, and keep supporting BTS and Jimin. Bye-bye.